I have something different on the table today. It's not a movie, it's not a tour. Instead, it's something I haven't done in a little bit. It is a concert DVD review, analysis, whatever. Carl Palmer, Decade, 10th Anniversary. Celebrating the music of Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. Carl Palmer, among the most renowned drummers in rock history and a founding member of both ELP and Asia, returns with Decade, which chronicles a complete 2011 10th anniversary solo performance. Carl Palmer's ELP legacy is a red-hot power trio that features Palmer on drums and percussion, guitarist Paul Balatowitz, and bassist Simon Fitzpatrick performing some of the best ELP classics reinvented and re-energized. Paul Balatowitz played with the Neil Morse Band and guested with Mike Portnoy and Paul Gilbert. Don't know much about Simon Fitzpatrick. The songs that are on here: Welcome Back My Friends, Carnival 9, Second Impression, Barbarian, Hoedown, Bitches Crystal, Abaddon Berleo, Tarkus, the J section, Corellia Suite, Pictures at an Exhibition, Fanfare for the Common Man, Trilogy, and finally Nutrocker. This was the 10th anniversary tour captured live on October 16th, 2011 at Music Fest in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And some commentary from the director. Hang on. I shot and edited this DVD and thought a little more information might be appreciated. The performance took place at the Music Quest Cafe in Bethlehem, PA, in the USA. This venue is located out to the old Bethlehem Street steel plant and seats around 500 people in a dinner theater setting. It was shot in HD with 3-pointed Panasonic cameras, plus a third SD roving camera and a fourth consumer-grade HD up in the balcony. A tip of the hat to Tony Ortiz. The soundtrack was recorded off the board into individual tracks for guitar, bass, and drums. Drums were recorded as a 2-track stem, making it difficult to get a polished studio sound. It took 6 months to edit the resulting footage into the completed film. That includes the additional special effects, titling, and credits. It took a couple of more months to have the soundtrack mastered in England, then a couple of more months to finally produce the disc commercially. I've always been a fan of Emerson, Lake, and Palmer, so not only getting to meet but work with Carl Palmer is one of the high points in my life. This was a labor of love as much as a commercial job, and I hope that some of that feeling comes to you as you watch the completed film. My personal favorite bit is the final credits, where we hear from fans after the show to get items signed by Carl. That for me epitomized how fans feel about this music and that the man controlling to present. As the last band says, Carl, you're still a monster. Ted Dillenkoffer, director. So, this, of course, ELP is a band for the bombastic, some would say over the top, some would say greatly composed songs and albums. One of their first forays was into making their version of Modest Mostrowski's Pictures at an Exhibition. Modest was a member of the Five who in the 1870s dared to go against the Western musical motifs or standards. So you can just imagine like a guy with a beard and everything else. It's right there on Wikipedia. Of course, there was the legendary number that is Welcome Back My Friends, Carnival 9 second, maybe for Welcome Back My Friends to the Welcome Back My Friends to the show that never ends. Come inside, come inside. That starts it off. We're so glad that you could attend. Come inside, come inside. The show is about to start. Yeah, that whole song, the whole thing takes up either side 1 or 2 of Brain Salad Surgery, and it's even longer on their live album. Holy smokes. Barbarian, here's the thing though. There are no vocals on here. That took me by surprise. I'm like, okay, so let's just have a 3-piece group, and let's just have no keyboards. Yes, there's like some keyboards that are preset and programmed, but there's no Keith Emerson performing it on the stage, so that was surprising. Yes, you get Barbarian, which is one of their more, I guess, muscular numbers that, it does sound like a barbarian that is coming at you. A Hoedown is based off Aaron Copland, And it's got a little bit of a square, kind of like that. It's very good rendition here. Bitches Crystal. That one was a little bit of a, I guess, kind of a softer, mellower number. There are some lyrics, but it was just really interesting not hearing it here. Abaddon's Bolero is pretty much like that. A bolero, and Abaddon is something like from the Bible or something like that. Yeah. And it's a guitar slash keyboard piece that these songs last mainly about 30 minutes, and of course before we get to Tarkus, one of their epics that which features an armadillo robot on the cover, and it's just they don't perform the entirety, maybe like I don't know 5-7 minutes of it, which is fine. No, it's the do 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 do. I haven't heard it in a while, so yeah. The J section, which I'm guessing stands for the jam session, is where each member gets to shine enough. We've got the guitarist Paul Bialkowitz, who does the what was that that was Hi Ho Silverway. I can't. It is the Battle of 1812, I think, or whatever. And then we get a little bit of a bass number from Simon. Then we get what is arguably the Corellia Suite, which is more of a classical piece. I forgot who did it, but it's just nice to hear something more mellow after that. And then the entirety of Pictures at an Exhibition, all, what was it, 38 minutes of it? Yes, it is the album's highlight. And lots of fuzz, lots of tone, lots of variations, and things like that. Fanfare for the Common Man, which Aaron Copland he said, hey, they retained the 3 minutes that were inside it. There's footage of the band performing in an empty stadium where it's cold, and they somehow managed to strike it in 9 minutes, including like a 5 really good drum solo from Carl Palmer. Trilogy and Nutrocker close it. That is of course from the Trilogy album of the same name, and Nutrocker was a 1960s like take on the Nutcracker. So yeah, this is certainly quite the album. Is this for is this for everyone? If you want to see a more energized, amplified version of ELP, yes. But do keep in mind that there are no vocals and no keyboards, and it is a smaller, intimate setting, so it's like, if you're a fan, yes. If you want to get into ELP a little bit more, but see a man who's still trying to continue the music of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, then I do recommend that you do watch Decade.